Tala, salita. Tala, salita. Talata at salita. Pag-asang hatid ng mabuting balita. Tala, salita.
Kailan pa man di ka nagbago, pag-ibig mo'y di naglaho, ni minsan di nilisan, lagi kang naroon sa aking tabi.
Isang mapagpalang araw sa iyo, kaagapay. Ako ang iyong kasama, Ronel Rubrica ng Kamuning Bible Christian Fellowship para sa programang Tala Salita, Talata at Salita, mula sa inspirasyong hatid ng kaliwanagan sa Biblia. Have you ever had experience of being out someplace and the car won't start? The battery is flat. I experienced it myself. Papunta na sana ako sa isang meeting at nakasakay na ako, pero ayaw umandar ng sasakyan. Everything else in the car works fine, but the get up and go in the battery has got up and gone. Leaving aside the more serious reasons as to why batteries run down, ang karaniwang pansamantalang solusyon ay may ibang sasakyan na lalapit at magkakabit ng jumper cables mula sa malakas itong baterya papunta sa mahina mong baterya. Drawing from the alongside energy and power, your car is able to start up again and function normally. This is called a jump start, also termed a boost. That act of drawing alongside or lending energy to get another going is the basic idea behind a key word in the New Testament. The word is encouragement. Today, we are going to look at the concept of encouragement. Kapag sinasabi nating ini-encourage natin ang isang tao, ano ba talaga ang ibig sabihin nito? Ang pagiging mapanuri at pagpunaba sa lahat ng bagay ay may tuturing na pag-i-encourage. Like in the case of battery, are you a life giver or a life drainer? We will look into two things, that is, the principle and the practice of encouragement. Let us read Hebrews chapter 10 verse 24 and 25. And let us consider how we may spur one another on toward love and good deeds. Let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching. First, let us look at the principle of encouragement. In the original word, the word encourage means to come alongside of, to call to one side, to comfort, to console, to strengthen. Basically, to put courage in. Noong panahon na isinusulat ang aklat ng Hebrews, matindi ang pag-uusig at pagdurusa. Sa ganitong mga panahon ng pagsubok, ang natural na tendency natin ay iligtas ang ating sarili o magkaroon ng kaisipang bahala na ang bawat isa sa sarili niya. But the book of Hebrews exhorts and encourages us to encourage one another. Someone wrote, encouragement is the kind of expression that helps someone want to be a better Christian even when life is rough. To encourage is to inspire another with courage. It is interesting to note that the root word for encourage comes from the same word Jesus uses when speaking of the Holy Spirit on John chapter 14 verse 16, verse 26, and in chapter 15 verse 26, and in chapter 16 verse 7. It is the one used for the name Comforter or Counselor of the Holy Spirit. People usually equate the works of the Holy Spirit with signs and wonders. But when we encourage one another, we show that the Spirit really dwells among us. Sa palagay ko, ang pagpapalakas loob o encouragement ang isa sa pinakamainam na palatandaan na kumikilos ang Espiritu Santo sa loob at sa pamamagitan ng ating maliliit na grupo o care groups o small groups at kalaunan ay sa buong iglesia. Verse 24 says, let us consider. It means to observe attentively, fix one's eyes or mind upon. In short, we are to focus on encouraging one another. It is never accidental, but intentional. Verse 24 continues, let us consider how we may spur one another on. To spur means to stir up, provoke, stimulate, or incite someone to do something. In other words, to create a thirst. A thirst for what? Toward love and good deeds. That's how we measure encouragement. William Arthur Ward said, "Flatter me, and I may not believe you. Criticize me, and I may not like you. Ignore me, and I may not forgive you. Encourage me, and I will not forget you." Isang mahalagang bahagi ng pagpapalakas loob o pag-encourage sa ibang tao ay ang kahandaang lumapit sa kanila upang magbigay ng payo o pagsaway, makialalay at samahang lumakad kasama nila. Mas magiging bukas ang mga tao sa pagtanggap ng pagsaway kung alam nilang kasama kanila o handa kang makibahagi sa kanilang mga pinagdaraanan at kinakaharap sa buhay. If someone became a more loving person or a better person, then we really encourage the person. Now let us look at the practice of encouragement. The word encourage is in the present tense. It means a habit or a way of life. In fact, Hebrews commands us to encourage one another daily as long as it is called today. Hebrews chapter 3 verse 13. It is also in the active voice. It means we don't wait for others to encourage us, but we take the initiative. We must encourage even if others could not, even if others would not. Note that we are to encourage one another. That means that it is not only for pastors or church leaders, but for every one of us. Hebrews chapter 3 verse 12 and 13 says, "See to it, brothers, that none of you has a sinful, unbelieving heart that turns away from the living God. But encourage one another daily, as long as it is called today, so that none of you may be hardened by sin's deceitfulness." Kapag ang isang tao ay pinanghihinaan ng loob at nabigo tayong palakasin o hikayatin siya, maaring maninlang ng kasalanan at tumigas ang kanyang puso hanggang sa ito'y maging makasalanan at mawala ng pananampalataya na maaring magdala sa kanya upang talikuran niya ang Diyos. Someone wrote, "People live by encouragement. Without it, they die. Slowly, sadly, bitterly." Verse 25 says, "Let us not give up meeting together, as some are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another, and all the more as you see the day approaching." We usually use this verse to remind people to be faithful in attending church services. However, note the conjunction, but. It gives a strong contrast between the clauses, "Let us not give up meeting together," and "let us encourage one another." That means that even if we attend church services, if we fail to encourage others, we have not obeyed this verse to the full extent. Ang pagpapalakas loob sa isa't isa o encouragement ang layunin ng ating pagtitipon, maging ito man ay pagsamba sa iglesia o sa isang small group meeting. Popular Scottish theologian William Barclay writes, "One of the highest of human duties is the duty of encouragement. It is easy to laugh at men's ideals. It is easy to pour cold water in their enthusiasm. It is easy to discourage others. The world is full of such discouragers, but we have a Christian duty and a divine calling to encourage one another. Many a time, pat on the back, P-A-T, a word of praise, appreciation, or thanks has kept a man on his feet. Blessed is the man who speaks such a word." Why do we encourage others? Why should we make it a priority to be encourager? There are several reasons. Here are 5 for you to ponder. 1. To keep the faint-hearted from quitting. Acts chapter 11 verse 22 and 23 says, "The news about them reached the ears of the church at Jerusalem, and they sent Barnabas off to Antioch. Then when he arrived and witnessed the grace of God, he rejoiced and began to encourage them all with resolute heart to remain true to the Lord." Pansinin natin na si Barnabas na tinawag na anak ng pagpapalakas loob o son of encouragement ay naghihikayat sa kanila na manatiling tapat sa Panginoon ng may matatag at matibay na puso. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 14, "We urge you, brethren, admonish the unruly, encourage the faint-hearted, help the weak, be patient with everyone." We do not want to see people go back to the old way of life. Ayaw nating makita na bumabalik ang mga tao sa dati nilang pamumuhay. Secondly, to draw out potential in others. We have many examples, but here are two quick ones. Remember in the life of Joshua in Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 37 through 39, Moses asked the people to encourage Joshua. In Acts chapter 11 verse 25 and 26, Barnabas gave Paul his first ministry break. Barnabas could have taken the Antioch work for himself, yet he took time, money, and effort to search for Paul in Tarsus, and when he found him, he brought him to Antioch. Remember John Mark in Acts chapter 15, verses 36 through 39, or as we more commonly know him, Mark, the writer of the second gospel. Remember how Paul wanted nothing to do with him on the second missionary journey. Look at 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 11 says, "Only Luke is with me. Pick up Mark and bring him with you, for he is useful to me for service." In Paul's own words, Mark is helpful to me in my ministry. Isipin ninyo kung ano kaya ang maaaring nangyari kay Mark kung hindi dahil kay Barnabas. Tinulungan niyang mabuksan at mahubog ang potensyal na nasa loob ni Mark. He unlocked the potential within Mark. We owe a lot to Barnabas. We owe Paul to him. Paul went on to write 13 epistles, 14 if he wrote Hebrews. We also owe Mark to him. Mark wrote the Gospel of Mark. Thus, we owe almost half of the New Testament to Barnabas, even if he did not write a single letter. We need more encouragers like him. Would you be a Barnabas or Barabbas to others? Thirdly, to help people see God in the tough times. James chapter 1 verses 2 through 4, Romans 8:28. When the tough times of life hit us, we need to be encouraged that God is still in the mix. Kailangan nating maunawaan na may plano ang Diyos. Ngunit napakahirap itong makita kapag tayo ay nasa gitna ng mga pagsubok at struggles sa buhay. According to research, an average person's anxiety is focused on 40% things that will never happen, 30% things about the past that can't be changed, 12% things about criticism by others, mostly untrue, 10% about health, which gets worse with stress, 8% about real problems that will be faced. It follows that 92% of our stresses or anxieties can be relieved by just a word of encouragement. Solomon writes, "How delightful is a timely word." Proverbs chapter 15, verse 23. Fourthly, to strengthen others. We should always be trying to help make others have a stronger faith. We need to make sure we are investing ourselves in other people in order to help them. Paul, when he was even in prison, was trying to encourage others. Philippians chapter 1, verse 14. There is a great verse in Proverbs 27, verse 17. As iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. A study was done by psychologist Dr. Henry H. Goddard on energy levels in children. He used an instrument he called the ergograph. Isang hiwaga kung paano niya napapatigil na matagal ang ilang mga bata upang maikonekta sila sa machine. Ngunit nagawa niya ito at ang kanyang mga natuklasan ay tunay na kamangha-mangha. Natuklasan niya na kapag ang mga pagod na bata ay binibigyan ng mga salitang pampalakas loob, papuri o encouragement, ipinapakita ng ergograph ang agarang pagtaas ng panibagong lakas. Ngunit kapag sila naman ay pinupuna at pinanghihinaan ng loob, ipinapakita ng ergograph ang biglaang pagbagsak ng kanilang pisikal na enerhiya. Their physical energy takes a sudden nosedive. Those results could probably be duplicated in adults. When we are encouraged or praised, our energy levels go up. When we are criticized, our energy levels go down. William James, an American psychologist and philosopher, said, The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. Fifthly, to strengthen the church community. Hebrews chapter 10 verse 24 and 25 and in Acts chapter 11 verse 22 and 23. We gather together on the first day of the week in part to help build one another up. We need each other, and a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. We need to do all we can to strengthen the church family, the Christian community. Why do you think we need to encourage one another? We need to be a strong church that has an impact on the world around us. We are here to help, give one another a push when we need it. Kaunti lamang na mga atleta ang nagkaroon ng mas maraming tagahanga kaysa sa American sports superstar na si Michael Jordan. Ngunit nang tanungin siya ng isang reporter kung bakit gusto niyang dumalo ang kanyang ama sa kanyang mga laro, sumagot si Jordan, "When he is there, I know I have at least one fun. Everybody needs encouragement, right? A little encouragement will go a long way." If you are not an encourager, if you are an "I knew it would not work" person or an "I told you so" person, it is time to get on the encouragement bandwagon. We are called to be a blessing to others. Whose life are you blessing with encouragement? Kaninong buhay ang napalalakas at napagpapala mo sa pamamagitan ng iyong pagpapalakas loob at pag-encourage? Encouragement has great power to strengthen and spur others on, motivate, and regenerate. Encouragement has the capacity to empower, enrich, energize, edify, elevate, cause others to excel and exceed their limitations. It can bring emotional healing and restore hope. Mahigit 56 na taon na ang nakalipas noong June 18, 1956, isang kakaibang aksidente ang nangyari sa isang lawa sa New York. A speeding motorboat bounced on a wave and shot into the water two of its passengers, a 50-year-old man and a little girl. To keep her from drowning, the man held her head above water while the boat circled back. Nailigtas ang bata, ngunit ang lalaki ay lumubog at nalunod. That's how Dawson Trotman died, the founder of the Navigators, an international discipleship ministry. According to a quote in Time magazine, he lived to save others. His death was just the way he would have planned it. In his funeral, Billy Graham summed up Trotman's life this way: "I think Dawson Trotman had personally touched more lives than anybody that I have ever known." Friend, you too can touch other people's lives. Actually, his obituary reads like this: Dawson Trotman, always lifting someone up. Now, that's a legacy. Would that be yours too? That you always lift someone up. In a word, encouragement. It's completely free of charge, but is priceless to those who receive it. Charles Swindoll wrote, "I know of no one more needed, more valuable, more Christ-like than the individual who is committed to the ministry of encouragement." Ang pagpapalakas ng loob o pagbibigay encouragement ay ganap na libre, ngunit hindi ito matutumbasan ng anumang halaga para sa sino mang tumatanggap nito. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsama sa akin sa araw na ito. Ako po ang inyong kaagapay, Ronel Rubrica ng Kamuning Bible Christian Fellowship. Samahan niyo po akong muli sa susunod na episode ng programang Tala Salita, pagbubulay at pagninilay sa mga talata mula sa salita ng Diyos. Dito lamang sa 702 DZAS.
Tala Salita, talata at salita, pag-asang hatid ng mabuting balita. Tala Salita.